Hi everyone, this is Gaurav. Welcome to our study channel. So in today's video, we will be taking a look at for loop in Python. So for loop is kind of very similar to what you have as a part of a while that we have seen in the earlier videos. So if you haven't already checked, please go. Feel free to pause the video right here and take a quick look at while loop because I'll be referencing some of the content from there. So as I mentioned, that for loop is kind of very similar. As a part of for loop, you will have two different parts. The first part is where you specify the condition for you would like the system to check, and then the second part will be the set of lines of the code that you would like the system to execute if those conditions are satisfied. So let's just take a look at one example. Let me just write a quick code. Sorry. Okay, so what I've done here is that for I in range 2 to 5, in my earlier video, I explained what range will do. But just to quickly reiterate, it will essentially help you generate all the integer between lower range, which is 2 and 5. 2 will be included and 5 will not be included. So it should be greater than equal to 2 and less than 5. So that's essentially what range will do. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to that particular list of numbers, which is 2, 3, 4 in this case, and I'm going to one by one. And then I would like to print it on the screen. And that's exactly what for loop will help you do as a part of this code. Now you can do the same thing as a part of a while loop as well, but essentially you'll have to just probably write a few more lines of a code. So let's try to do that as well. So let's say that you want to specify I is equal to 0. Sorry. So let's try to execute this. Now, as you can see that the overall output remains exactly the same. And the logic is also very similar. But the only thing is now you have to do a few more things additionally. You have to, first of all, specify the I is equal to 2. And then you will have to kind of increase the overall value for I by 1 manually. Not that it's end of the world, but it's just that for loop is kind of a little bit more efficient in terms of the number of things that you will have to mention as a part of the code, but it's totally up to you and totally up to your preference as well. So let's take a look at another example where we'll be looking at a list and we will try to parse through the list and see what are the different elements of that list. So let's say that you have a list which is A1 and you have, let's say, 5 elements as a part of this list. All right. Now, it's kind of very similar to what you have as a part of a range as well. The only difference is that now I'm explicitly defining a list rather than doing it as a part of a range. And I'm going to this list and parsing it through, and then I'm picking one element at a time, and then I'll be printing it out on the screen. So you can do that as a part of a just like simple 1 or 2 line of code using for statement. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that you can do probably very similar using while statement as well. So let me just quickly copy this code. So 0, and rather than doing this, what you will be doing it is let me just close the brackets here. And you already have A1 defined. So as you can see that you get the exact same output. Once again, as I said earlier, that both of them are kind of helping you achieve the same goal. So feel free to use whichever you are more comfortable with, or use them interchangeably as well. And as I move forward, we'll be kind of adding more functionalities. So once you're through pandas, then you will see that some of these things can be done in like some of the other ways as well. So we'll be discussing that in the subsequent video. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day.